Conahan.
Here.
Councilman Carnes. Councilman DeSenza.
Present.
Councilman DeCino.
Here.
Councilman Doty.
Here.
Councilman Griggs.
Here.
Administrator Laplace.
Here.
And Attorney Flynn.
Here. All right. Good to see a bunch of handsome guys sitting up here in the front row. As you might notice, a lot of you guys have your names up there. You know, we're very proud of what you guys are able to accomplish this year. You guys have been on a roll for the last few years. That's a testament to you guys and the coaches, because, you know, it's not easy for it all to come together. It's very easy for it to fall apart, but for it all to come together and stay together, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of compromises. It takes a lot of understanding, and it takes a lot of just belief in that the common good. If we all pitch in and do the right thing, good things will happen for us. Well, guess what? Good things happen for you guys. I'm going to keep my end of it very short tonight because I know there's a couple of guys up here that know most of you guys, and I think it's important for them and it's important for the town to have these guys recognize you for the fine efforts that you guys have done. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Council President Conahan, who's got to put on his glasses.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Welcome everyone. We're going to kick it off with Jeremiah. Come on up. All right. Not here? Okay.
Vote for one.
You got to leave pass, right? No more? Not here.
2 for 2. Over 2.
Lucas. Next. London.
Not here.
Okay. Cyrus.
What do you guys think? I'm going to follow the outside.
Ryan. Sean. I know Sean. Actually, you guys stay up here. Line up down here, Sean.
At the end, we're going to, make sure the parents, the coaches get the pictures that they want to have.
Devin, not here. Didn't see him. Luke, I know you're here. Next. CT. Get there, Marcus. Second row. Don. All right. James. Anthony. Dalton. Nathan. Oh, come on. Dylan, not here. Danny, neither of me. All right. Ladies, Tyler first. Tyler, right. Head coach, please, I
I just want to say thank you to the mayor and all the councilmen here for doing this for us. It means a lot. It took a lot of hard work from these guys, a lot of effort, a lot of time. Beat a lot of good teams along the way, a couple in the top 20. Made the county semifinal for Group 1, which is pretty impressive. Had a 23-5 record, and ultimately led to a 2025 state championship. So thank you guys so much. They put up with a lot of time on their end, a lot of banquets we have, and fundraisers and barbecues and things along those lines. So thank you guys for all the support you did. And last one to the community, it's really been amazing. The support we get is awesome, whether it's the DPW getting the field ready or the fire trucks leading us in after week 1. So thank everybody.
Get some pictures of family members. If you guys want to come up here and have one big happy family with the team and everything, come on up. Let's all crowd around.
Yeah.
So take your time, get the pictures that you need, you want.
Leave it to Rob.
Yep, parents, you guys do all the individuals set? You want parents, you want to get up there with your kids? File in, get some of the big pictures here, get the wide angle lens, and make it work. Guys, let's parents be hanging there.
Guys, act like you love your parents.
You like that?
All right, everybody here? Everybody here, ready? I don't see anybody flashing at number 1 right there. All right, we're all set? Fellas, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to clear out. Make sure you take your stands there. Because if you stay more than 2 minutes, you're staying for the whole work.
Grab one. All right.
Hey, fellas, congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Congratulations. All right. So, later, fellas.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah, I'm going to take the rest of them. Yeah, I guess I'll take them. I think I'll too. Get your,
Wait,
I thought that one was Hey, yo.
congratulations. Get into that arm.
Here we go.
Drew,
Here we go.
when I started the little kids,
Yeah.
most of them were in there.
You have these guys?
Drew, he came out with little when we went to little.
This is my last one. 19 years in second.
I remember the whole,
I have no idea, probably crying.
I remember the whole cruise. But it must be getting old.
You're getting old. I think they worked on Andy Noodle's house today and they forgot to turn the water back on. Oops. All right, we good? Everyone ready? All right, we're going to get back in gear here. All right, we have an ordinance for introduction.
An ordinance amending the Lincoln Boulevard redevelopment plan to provide minimum apartment sizes.
I need a
Motion.
motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. Should we roll call?
Yeah, it's going to be roll call, but this is not the, so roll call, please.
Council President Conahan.
Yes.
Councilman Carr, who's not here. Councilman DeSenza.
Yes.
Councilman DeCino.
Yes.
Councilman Doty.
Yes.
Councilman Griggs.
Yes.
All right, this will be good to get that there and kick some redevelopment in gear. Ordinance for public hearing and final adoption.
Bond ordinance providing various capital improvements and the acquisition of various capital equipment appropriating $2,592,500, therefore, and for authorizing the issuance of $1,980,000 bonds and notes to finance a portion of the cost thereof, authorized in and by the Borough of Middlesex and the County of Middlesex, New Jersey.
Okay, could I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Second. All right, I'd like to open this for the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, anyone have any questions? Step up. All right, not having anybody step up, I'd like a motion to close.
Motion. Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, I'd like a motion to approve.
Motion. Second.
All right, any discussion? The only thing I'd like to say, Carolyn, thank you very much. Michael, I know it was a lot of work getting this thing put together. I think it's a pretty comprehensive plan with also an eye on frugality, and I do appreciate that. Okay, anyone else? All right, call the roll, please.
Council President Conahan.
Yes.
Councilman DeSenza.
Yes.
Councilman DeCino.
Yes.
Councilman Doty.
Yes.
Councilman Griggs.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. All right, we have adoption of minutes.
Approval of the July 15th, 2025 regular and executive meeting minutes.
Motion.
Second.
Any amendments?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay, we're up to the mayor's report. I got a few things I'd just like to go over. I think out there is a general consensus and a lot of concerns about the taxes and the way they change and everything. I think a lot of the people got the answers that they were looking for. There was a referral made to go talk to Dawn, Dawn Gutschel. She's done a very good job, and she's able to use the comps and everything else to explain why the changes were what they were. The bad part is, for some people, the taxes went up. The good part is that if your taxes went up, that means your house is worth a lot more money relative to even the prior year or the year before. Okay, one of the things that we've done during the course of the summer, we've been trying to get it done, but the weather wasn't cooperating, is we went out and we did some water sampling. We did it at the where it comes in from Piscataway. We did it after it would join, after the Ambrose Brook, where IKEA and all those guys are, after Bakeland Avenue, and then we did one right pretty close to the dam. The results are in. Not bad, I have to say. I'm trying to get it into layman's terms because I don't understand everything that was there. I mean, it seemed like a lot of the levels were low. I think we were actually maybe in pretty good shape. Lenny is working on getting the report put into and Bobby also, sorry Bobby, I didn't mean to cut you out of that, but I mean, we've been working on trying to get, what does this mean in terms of being able to fish, swim, drink, et cetera, but I think what we've seen, the numbers were pretty good, especially in the heavy metals. I mean, they were pretty low, but that's just me. I'd rather have someone that knows what they're looking at be able to give us a more concise report. Class 3 specials, all right? There's been a dialogue and a couple of emails going back and forth with the Board of Education. We've made them another offer because we're trying to put this to bed. We want to get the Class 3 specials in the schools. I did hear back from Roberta. She had a quick question, which I know got some people dander up, including my own, but I think at the end of the day, I think they're finally going to be able to move forward with this and get this thing moving along. It is going to require a minimal, what I consider to be a minimal down payment on their side to be able to move this process forward. So we're hoping that gets bottomed off. It'll be up to the legal beagles for you guys to finish the rest of the stuff, but basically in principle, it'll be done. Thank goodness. All right. If you guys had a chance to get over to National Night Out, I think it was one of the best ones ever. A lot of people are over there. I expect next year is going to be even better, just because you know, that's the way Jolene works. Every year is an improvement. It's amazing how many people contributed. You know, just in general, I can't name them all, but a lot of our significant, companies in town have contributed, and there's a lot of tchotchkes there that they're giving out to the people. It was great. And they have a very good turnout. All right. We have on here, we have Matthew Dillingham coming on board full time. Matthew has actually been pretty diligent and been out and about in the town going after people who are not cutting their grass. And we're trying to take care of, basically, it was what the chief used to call the broken window syndrome, where people just don't fix their things and, nothing happens, so they don't bother fixing things. So there's been quite a few areas that have been addressed, and this I'm just going to throw this out to everybody. What we see a lot of things, and we try and pick up on them, but a majority of these things, and not the majority, but some of the items, if it's bothering you, and like some guy has a nice front yard and he's got a jungle in the backyard, or he's storing stuff that's causing you issues on your property, and this is more for those of the people out there in TV land, call up, let them know, and they'll go and check it out. And if there's a problem with the code or the zoning or whatever, they're going to be notified. They'll get an NOV, which is a notice of violation. They'll get a short amount of time to fix it, and if they don't, they're going to get a fine, and then it'll be prosecuted. Those around town, New Jersey American Waters is hitting it hard. They're going to virtually do almost the whole town. They're trying to see who has lead pipes and who doesn't. That's what they're at. They're trying to get in houses. They were down Beechwood already to find out whether you have lead or copper, and then they're going to make a plan after that to remediate it. They are working with Lenny, because the last thing they want to do is chop up a street that we just had paved. So they're trying to make sure that they take care of that. Last thing I have on here is the recycling cans. They're almost all out, and some people have a little bit of angst about these cans. But I have to say, in my garage, I had 3 garbage cans and 2 smaller garbage cans, and cardboard, all of it. And I was like, there's no way that this is all going to fit in that 95 gallon thing. It fit like a dream. There wasn't a ton of leftover room, but I was figuring I was going to have to go to the recycling center. Nothing. It all fit in there. And I was like, to me, I have the kids home for the summer, so they're generating tons of plastic and bottles and all kinds of nonsense. I mean, if somebody's filling one of those up and is way short, there must be a story to be told about that. That's all I have to say on that one, because I think that can as itself is quite reasonable. And if they're not all out, and believe it or not, it's not just Middlesex. This is rolling out total county-wide, which is why it's, they're getting around, they're fixing up some of the little things that are missing, but it'll get done in due time. And I mean, we've had worse rollouts in terms of these things coming, but at least we're getting there. That's all I have at this point. Michael?
Thanks, Mayor. Wanted to congratulate the team again. I'm glad that they came in. I wanted to congratulate our police department and for hosting another successful National Night Out, especially Jolene. I think it is our biggest event by far. I think based on just some of the guys I was talking to there, some of the patrolmen, that there were at least 2,000 people, and that was at 6:30. So it could easily get past that, but biggest event based on attendance. I wanted to also congratulate Andy Castaldo Jr. He's actually just, I spoke to him about a week ago. He's taking life membership with the fire department. He's a member of Parker, 34-year member of Parker, and he has held every leadership position in the fire department, including fire chief for the borough. I just want to again thank Andy for all his years of service. I am sure that Councilman Doty will lead into this for the...
It'll be missed.
Yeah, absolutely. The food truck festival, so the fire department is going to... They just worked on securing a date. It's Saturday, September the 20th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. in Mountain View Park where the carnival was held up in the front end. This is a fundraiser for our all-volunteer fire department. This one event is going to, obviously they're trying to attempt to fill the massive fundraising void from the carnival. With the cancellation of the carnival, I think it's going to take a couple of these events to meet their fundraising needs, but this is a great start. The reason I'm bringing it up, the more people that go is the more money they make. Again, they're all volunteer. We have 4 houses in town. So I think there'll be a fee. I know there'll be a fee coming in because it's the same vendor that runs the South Bound Brook Festival. And it's $4 or $5 to get in, and then if you want to buy food or drinks, or if you want to buy gifts and tchotchke, stuff like that, everything's a cost, and then the fire department ends up making a cut of that. So I really hope we get a lot of folks that go. I want to also congratulate and welcome Matthew. He's not here, Dillingham. He's our full-time, the first time ever, full-time Director of Zoning and Code. He's effective September the 2nd. He's part-time since May, Mayor, I think.
Yeah.
Appointed him back in May.
Mm-hmm.
And then also lastly, just the congratulations to the cadets in the OEM cadet program. I know it's flourishing, and I just want to thank all involved. It's been a big boom the last couple of years, our cadets. So that's it, Mayor.
That's it? Okay. Jeremiah's not here. Councilman Joe.
Well, we have youth soccer will start on September 13th, and so far they have 185 kids registered.
Wow.
It's a nice turnout. They added pre-K clinic this year, and they'll be utilizing Cookfield and Haverstick for the games and practice. For basketball clinic, registration is open. The clinic will be on Wednesday, starting on September 17th. As far as the pool, there's a meeting tomorrow night. Unfortunately, could not make the last one. But I understand the painting is coming along. They have the base coat on and the gray, and now they're going to start with the blue stripe that goes through it. And please mark down for October 28th, council meeting, that the full commission will come in and give us a review of their 2025 results and their plan of action for 2026.
Good.
That's all I have.
All right. Thank you. Bobby?
Yeah, I only have a DPW report tonight. I was away for my environmental. So as far as the storm cleanup, the flood, Lenny did me a breakdown. We had 10 employees, 80 man hours, $28,000 charged. It was huge for that. Equipment used, 2 backhoes, 3 garbage trucks, 4 10-ton dump trucks. 65 tons of flood-related material, and it cost us $5,800 to dump. We talked about the recycling cans. All the veterans, that was the problem. The veterans that were on the list, they weren't on the tax map, so that's what the company that was giving the cans out with the addresses, they didn't have the addresses for the veterans because they're tax exempt. So that straightened out. There's still some stragglers, there's not many more. I would say maybe 30 or 40 more that are missing cans, but we're close. As far as Mountain View Park, the swing set, all that stuff is gone. The pickleball court's torn out. The pad, basically for the bathroom, is set. They're working on some drainage now, and they're waiting for a permit from a work order from PSE&G to turn the power off so they can lift the building over the wires and set it to the pad. So, a crane. We talked about American Water. Crosswalks and around the schools have all been painted, and they did a demo with a paver because we talked about our DPW paving possibly again. They demoed the paver. They did some spots around the borough garage where there was always weeds by the neighbor's yards. They cleaned it all out. The guys did a good job. I mean, they
Got to practice.
130 tons of blacktop they did. They paved the parking lot there. There's always mud. always pulling the cars out onto the main road there. So for the residents, it's better. It's clean, it looks good. So they did a good job. I mean, for the first time, a lot of those guys never paid before.
It's good. We're glad to have that back going again. That's what we want.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it's a costly endeavor to get back into it, but something to think about down the road.
Well, it's costly, but it's a lot less than,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, if you think about it, we have 53 miles of roads, and we're not getting even a half mile of road a year, so, you know, unless you plan on being around for 108 years or 106 years to see it all completely done.
That's all I have, man.
Okay. Kevin?
Yeah, Mayor, I have a few things, because, where do I want to start? I want to start with the OEM. I'd like to say I saw Jack Costa tonight, and he's recovering.
Mhm.
He did indicate to me that he's going to stay on as a director there, which is good, because he's been there for, oh my God, I think since the place opened, it seems like. Also the cadets, it was great to see that they had their graduation, and Barbara just does a phenomenal job. I don't know how she gets them in the door, but she does, and that particular group is getting larger and larger by the day there.
Mhm.
It's just incredible what they do. The fire department, come out on September 20th to their food truck festival. There will be an entrance fee. They were talking about it last night. They weren't quite sure, but it's a few dollars to get in. You go ahead and come in, and they'll have the area fenced and everything. They're going to have, I know the police are giving a couple of police officers, I believe, to be there to walk around, make sure nobody gets crazy. They're going to have areas that are emergency exits in case something happens, that there'll be a fireman there so they can open an area, the fence up to let people out, just so people understand that you're not going to be one way in, one way out if an emergency happens. I want to say that they did a phenomenal job during the storm, because Ken put this on the report, and they had 30 swiftwater rescues over that night on the 14th. Between the hours of, he even said when it was. So those guys literally were not stopping the whole time. From 1744, 544 to 3 o'clock in the morning, they did 30 swiftwater rescues during that storm. So, and I gotta say they had great partners, police, fire, OEM, the county was here. I know the rescue squad was out with them. It was just an incredible team effort on a very bad night.
Yeah, and they used the community room,
Yes,
and they set up.
It was just everybody working together, not fighting like usually happens. I can give you the rest of this report here to make it easy. I can get back to the page. Okay, they had, because of the storm, in July they had 101 calls to service. They had 28 no fire unintentional activations, to 30 swift water, 4 fires. They did 4 vehicle accidents with injuries, 2 without. Some of the highlights, he said, during the month, there was on July 22nd, and then again on July 26th, there was oven fires in 2 homes in Middlesex, one on Lincoln Boulevard, one on Princeton Drive. They got them under control within, 10 minutes. They also went up on July 4th. They did mutual aid to Warren Township. They were up there for a structure fire, and they were operated up there just under 2 hours. Everybody knows what happened on the 14th. They responded to 44 calls total that night, 30 of them being swiftwater rescue. July 22nd, they found on Seneca Avenue, 420 Seneca Avenue, a shed and fence were on fire. Lincoln responded immediately. They had it under control in about 5 minutes. And she's put on the back here. They had a standby. They were standby for Bound Brook during their affair. So there was, we were doing mutual aid with them. And they attended the summer playground July 7th and the Police Youth Academy on July 9th to explain what the fire department does, fire safety,
in the home and to give a tour of a fire engine. That is the fire department. Let's see, let's move on to the court. July. 231 tickets, 15 parking, 216 moving, 9 DWIs, 13 local ordinance violations, 4 health tickets issued, which means that's a good job they're doing, our new health department, obviously. 13 zoning issued by the new zoning officer, who is not even full-time yet, so I know Matthew's been putting some time in. They did 4 total court sessions, 2 in person, 2 virtual, 281 defendants, 101 cases deposed. That month, 9 DWIs were deposed. Monies collected, $28,319.43. Our portion, $13,209.96. And the mayor asked this question, and she's going to be putting it on here. As of August 11th, when she sent me the email back when I asked, there are 1,637 active cases. From that, 1,040 are in backlog, combined criminal and traffic. So they got to get working on this extra. They may need 2 extra nights to get this going. Okay, and these are only the cases that are court mandatory or defendants who have pled not guilty to come to court.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't include all the people that just are saying, okay,
they mail it in and go.
Yeah. So, okay, the police report. I have 2 months to tell you, because the other one got here just afterwards. In June, there was 2,422 calls to service. In July, 1,790. Vacation. Adult arrests in June, 21, July, 13. DWI arrests, 14 in June, 5 in July. Summonses, 333 in June, 230 in July. And some of this is also due to manpower issues that I know you got the email today, and I think you got it also, Council President. He's got people hurt, FMLA, their vacations, so he's juggling people around to do the best he can to fill the stuff. So radar summonses 41, 40 in July. The National Incident-Based Reporting System, they had 8 in June, they cleared 2, and in July they had a great month. They had 9 and they cleared 6 of those reportable incidents. So it was really good. I have just a couple of other small things about them. There was a burglary on August 13th at Morgan. They've already apprehended an adult and a juvenile in it and found some of the stolen property. So they were on top of it and really, jumped on it quick. There was also a few months ago a motorcycle theft on Lincoln Boulevard. 2 individuals were just arrested and charged in that. Working with, I think Metuchen had the same thing, so they were working in conjunction with them. Just to let people know that you don't always see what's going on, but this is continually. One last thing is, one of our officers was walking in to pick up coffee, TJ, and he was going into 7-Eleven, and a gentleman came over and wanted to say thank you to the police department. He was struggling with addiction and a manic state months ago. The 3 officers that showed up, Officer DiVincenzo, Officer Rodriguez, and Officer Doolin, they diffused the system, calmed him down, got him help, and he's in a program, and he says these 3 officers saved his life. So this is the kind of police officers that we have in this town. And it's good to know that this goes on.
Okay.
That is our police department.
Yes, they are.
And that's what I have for you.
That's it?
Yes.
I got one other one for you.
Oh,
This
please.
just came in today. You might want to read that.
Dear Mayor Mikulicek and Borough Council members, on behalf of myself, the Dunellen Borough Council, and the residents of Dunellen, I would like to thank you in the Middlesex Public Library for opening the community room as a multi-agency resource center on July 28th and July 29th for all those affected by the flooding from the July 14th storm. I know several Denellen residents attended, and I am grateful they had the opportunity to meet directly with a variety of key organizations and access additional resources to assist with their needs during the recovery process. Denelling is fortunate to have incredible neighbors who come together in times of crisis to ensure that no one is left behind. Thank you again for your generosity and leadership. Jason F. Saliento, Mayor, Borough of Denellen. And along those lines, from what I was told by Jack and everyone at the OEM, the Red Cross was fantastic and came here and really did a great job. I happen to be their liaison. I'm not always right there, but trust me, they let me know what's going on. And you did a phenomenal job, and they said it was a great partnership. And you were definitely welcome here anytime.
Well, after you guys are done with your reports, I'd like to say something on the phone, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's all I have, Mayor. Sorry it was long today.
No, that's okay. All right. Ken?
Good evening. First, as far as our new zoning officer goes, I'm glad everybody was on board with selecting him as our recommendation. He seems to be doing an excellent job, and glad to have him on full time. So,
Including you, Michael. Thank you.
as far as National Night Out tonight, it was nice to see a lot of community businesses there, and that was a great turnout, probably more than last year. The weather was great for it, so that was a big plus also. This month, the Shade Tree Committee, I have nothing to report, but they do meet the second Thursday of every month in this room at 7 p.m. if anybody's interested in attending. As far as Board of Health, the meetings are on the third Thursday, which is this week, at 6:30 in the community room at the library. Recently, they had an issue with restrooms at one of the businesses. A couple residents were complaining, and I was glad when I reached out to them. They got the inspector over there within like 2 days and corrected the situation right away. So that was good. They were doing that. Also, this year they've had, in the past when we were with Middlesex County, they almost never got any, conditionals from anybody. Not that it's necessarily a good thing, but at least we know they're doing their job because they're getting some conditionals and they're following up. The inspectors are following up, and the businesses are complying, making changes so they meet the code. They're not all just passing initially.
No rubber stamp.
That's a good thing. Yeah. The recycle cans, I think most of the residents are happy. They like that they can purchase a second can if they need to, and they fit a lot of stuff in there, so that's good. I've definitely been hearing a lot about the Hometown Heroes banners at my store, so thanks Bobby for getting involved in that and everyone else. People seem to like them, and I think they're a great addition to our town to have. And also just happy to see we're getting new businesses in the old Acme. That's actually being revived, and we got the new pizzeria in town. It's good to see people investing in our town and making moves, so it's good. That's all I have. Thank you.
Yeah. The Rhythm and Spice you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's good. I went there. I tried it.
It's good.
My son liked to go to when it was Romano's. We waited like 4 years from the opening back up, but they're open. It's good.
Yeah.
Administrator LaPlace?
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Good evening, everyone. The Army Corps is continuing to conduct environmental investigations and survey activities related to the former Middlesex sampling plant site. Ground investigations are underway on both public and private property. The new data collected will be used to confirm aerial survey results. The Army Corps maintains that the investigation of a particular site does not mean that that particular location is contaminated. This is more about information and checking data and mapping to make sure it's accurate. The New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, the Blue Acres office, has reached out to Middlesex regarding recent local flooding, including the major storm event on July 14th. DEP will be hosting an in-person informational event for interested homeowners impacted by flooding who may wish to consider the Blue Acres voluntary buyout program. The meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, August 27th. It'll be from 5:30 to 7:30 at the North Plainfield Public Library, which is at 6 Rockview Avenue in North Plainfield. We've already put information about this on the borough website. As Councilman Decino mentioned earlier, work is well underway to the improvements to Mountain View Park. And I also wanted to note that during construction, vehicular access to the rear portion of the park is going to be restricted. As noted earlier, Matthew Dillingham will begin working full-time as our zoning and code enforcement officer on Tuesday, September 2nd. The borough has also hired a part-time qualified purchasing agent, Jennifer Mercedes. Resolutions this evening include approval of the memorandum of agreement reached with the USWC Local 255 White Collar Unit on a new 4-year contract, approval to formally receive as revenue the Green Acres Program grant in the amount of $76,000, which is earmarked for Victor Crowd Park, and permission for the consumption of alcoholic beverages in Mountain View Park on Saturday, September 20th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. for the fire department's food truck fundraising event. There is no agenda workshop scheduled this evening. In an executive session, the borough will be discussing litigation involving New Jersey American Water, the borough's personnel policy, personnel matters involving the clerk's office and the fire department, and a fire department public safety event.
Okay, very good. Before we open for the public portion, I just want to say there's going to be a couple little agenda changes tonight. Actually, there's just amendments to resolutions. Resolution 234-2025, where it says block/lot 285-28, it's actually 255-28. That was that one. And on Resolution 214-2025, we got these kind of late, but, you know, with the way volunteerism and stuff like that, this is for the fire department. We're adding 4 items, which is number 9, accepting the junior firefighter application to Michaelia Choman. Number 10, approving Al Criney, Al Criney as a driver for Truck 24 and Utility 18. Accepting the resignation of Brian Oliver from the Lincoln Hose and the Middlesex Fire Department, and accepting the resignation of Matt Gould from Beechwood Heights Hose Company and the Middlesex Fire Department effective August 12, 2025. So those changes are included in the resolutions for tonight. Okay, I'd like a motion to open up for privilege of the floor.
Motion. Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now's your chance.
Good evening. My name is Steve Chaffee. I am a representative, or actually I am your disaster coordinator for Middlesex Borough. I am a member of the American Red Cross. I have prior law enforcement and emergency management career. Where I come into the picture in your town is on the 14th. As everybody knows, that was a game changer for your town. It was a rainstorm that turned into a flood, and a flood that turns into raging rivers. The devastation that was done in your town and other towns around you will probably come back. I don't want to say it's not, but I want to start by saying that I was glad that I got here early tonight, because I saw what Middlesex Borough actually is. And I came up to support your National Night Out because Jack invited me. I came, I looked at your residents, I'm looking at what you did tonight for the football team. And the thing is this town itself runs itself. And the mayor and council should be happy that you're here. Because sitting behind this and making the decisions you did made my job easier in the Red Cross, because you had it all together. I want to thank you very much for the team, and there's so many faces, there's so many hands, and there's so many people to name that I can't. But your fire department, your police department, your emergency medical services, your road department, and then it comes to your emergency management. That night I did not work personally here. I was in Denali because I didn't make it here because I couldn't. The floods. Everything was washed out. From that day on, up until the 27th and 28th, when you guys allowed us to meet and your elaborate staff allowed the Red Cross to host what we call as a MARC, which is Multi-Agency Resource Center. We brought in resources to the residents of your town and others that needed it. Did we get everybody? Absolutely not. But in the future, we know where we basically need to fine-tune things, and I have to tell you that I'm proud that I'm part of your town, and I represent Red Cross for your town. Because, as you mentioned, I always will be here. And the thing is, I am a phone call away. Mayor, I know you stopped by, and probably others stopped by the MARC when it was in service because you met my executive director, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
I can't thank you enough, and the residents of this town, because it's the residents who help each other, and then it's the town that helps the residents. And you guys shine. You do. And I'm proud to be here, and I'm proud to thank you personally, because I was coming up for tonight's basically national night out, and then I found out you had a council meeting, and I wanted to personally come in and thank you guys for a job well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys did a phenomenal job when you were here. It was amazing the services that you offered. It was like being at my grandmother's house. So everyone's food pushing and and everything else. But thank you very much. Anyone else?
Hello, Mayor. My name is Rich Thompson, 109 Green Avenue. In resolution number 25 regarding suburban consulting, at $15,700, is that included in the $50,000 that we already appropriated to them, or is it additional?
I believe it's additional because it's a different project that they're working on for this.
Is that Mountain View?
Yeah.
The other one is
Victor Kroll.
Victor Kroll. The 50 is Victor Kroll.
Right. What is this?
They're both for Victor Kroll.
They're both for Victor Kroll.
Oh, I thought it was not.
Based on what I read, Joe. Yeah. I don't know, Michael, do you have maybe more you can add?
For Victor Crowell Park, it was not part of the $50,000 that appropriated for the work on the master plan. This is other money that we have, that we committed to the Green Acres grant. You know, you have to have a matching amount that you're committed to when you accept Green Acres grant, our grant.
So we're spending 65.
So it's part of our matching funds to the Green Acres, separate of the money allocated to the consultant.
It's a separate project.
Yeah, it's coming from the grant. So it is having this preliminary assessment report is a requirement of the grant that we received. So of the $76,000 grant, we received $15,700 is going to go for them to do this report, which is part of the requirement to do the project. So the original $50,000 is for suburban consultants to do a master plan for the park. The grant is to then start working on doing the things that we decide from the master plan. And we do have to put up as much as the grant. The town will have to put up $76,000 to match the grant. And we have 2 years. So there's $50,000 that we put in this year's capital budget and the plan to put the remainder in next year's capital budget once we are further along the master plan and know exactly what the budget shake out.
Okay, thank you, Carol. I was very encouraged with the water report regarding the lake or the duck pond at Victor Kroll Park, because that really is the centerpiece of any development that's going to take place there. And I think it's important that we really keep abreast of any polluters downstream, and that we continue with these reports. It's been much too long that the no fishing signs have been up.
Exactly, and that's where we're trying to get to, because that's why we did it in those 3 spots, because there's always the conversation that, hey, by the way, it's coming from Piscataway. Hey, by the way, it's coming from Bakeland Avenue. Hey, by the way. If you do it in those 3 spots, at least it'll at least point you in the right direction. So if it was coming from Piscataway then you'd say, hey, guys, up the stream, this is your problem. You're creating an issue for us. I mean, it's not the answer, and like I said, I think it's, and Bobby, when he saw it, he thought it was encouraging. What we really want to get is we want the layman's terms. We want someone to explain to us what exactly does this mean. Does it mean we can go swimming in it? Does it mean we can go fishing in it? Does it mean, we think it does, but we want someone to say that, because all it is right now, it's a pretty comprehensive list of, all these minerals, and, everything's like less than 0.002%, less than 0.001% of magnesium, less than, I mean, how relevant that is, I have no idea. I want someone to tell us.
Right.
I have it too, Rich, or we have it, I mean, I can share it with you.
It might not help.
I mean, but at least you can have it and look through it.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to put it out there for sure.
Yeah, it would be nice to, in layman's terms,
Yeah.
present it at the next Victor Kroll Park.
Yep.
And Jack, I wouldn't worry about anyone going swimming in it.
Not when it's a foot deep, at any rate.
Okay, thank
Sure.
you.
You're welcome.
This is the answer.
Dave Paul, Cabbage 240 Hazelwood. Just had a couple of quick questions, Mayor. To the place, touched on it earlier, that the Army Corps has been in town, I guess, last week, checking properties. Did you guys know anything about this, that they were going to be here ahead of time? I saw on Facebook, and I don't believe everything I read on Facebook, so people expressed some surprise that this was going on, that they were getting knocks on the door from some inspectors.
I'd have to tell you, Dave, that I knew exactly what they were doing. No, I mean, we're usually typically after a storm, there's a lot of people that call directly to the Army Corps of Engineers, and what they're saying is, hey, I got water over here. I never had water before. What are you guys doing? I mean, I have an apartment complex right now who's going back and forth trying to say that they heard we're not doing anything over here until 2027, which is not true, because it's just a very complex project, and it keeps changing. So when they come down and start asking questions, I don't know, because there's always work going on here. They're always doing something, and a lot of times I think maybe it's just that the supervisor is in the area and he says, I'm going to go across the street and talk to somebody. But did I know anything formally? Me personally, no.
Are you talking about the flood wall project?
Yeah.
I'm talking about there was supposedly, is this what you were talking about?
Yeah, the Army Corps is also involved in ongoing for a couple of years now.
Talking about
for
radiation.
the cleanup of different disasters.
Oh, the mapping.
Yeah, they took, I remember I stumbled upon this online 2 years ago, buried in the document that they had done an aerial survey. I remember asking this, former Mayor Madden about it at the time, because he was mayor. He said, I didn't hear anything about this, they didn't tell anything to us. But I saw a report on Facebook, someone was claiming that somebody came knocking on their door a week ago, saying that they wanted to look at their property to back up or verify what they got in the aerial survey. And the woman was kind of surprised. It's like, I didn't know anybody was going to be coming from the Army Corps to knock on my door to check for radiation. They wanted to fill out some type of release to get the okay to do certain things. Did you guys get any notification of that?
I did not. I didn't see any notification.
Aerial mapping law,
I mean, I know they've done aerial mapping, but as far as them coming around and what they're doing with it, no. I mean, to be quite honest, it's a question we can ask, because we're trying to get a meeting together with the Army Corps of Engineers to go over, some of the flooding issues. That's what I thought you were referring to. Sorry about that.
I know the flood wall things are ongoing. I just had one other question. Earlier, you introduced an ordinance reducing the minimum apartment sizes in the redevelopment zone. Is that a step that you're taking to try to entice redevelopment there to make it more desirable?
Yes. Yes. I mean, I think we went a bridge too far as being unaccommodating for building, and that because it became such a problem for us when we were down there by the Lincoln statue, and there was such a negative feeling because they were having problems in Bound Brook with the parking and everything. To slow the works down, they changed the ordinance a little bit, that you would have to think twice before you did it. But I think the apartment sizes were almost too big, so now they're trying to reduce them to entice people to come, you know, especially in line of the fact that we have to be amenable, whether for low-income housing requirement that requires us to have, I think, 83 units or something like that in the next 10 years? So,
Wasn't that number like 14?
no, 14 now.
Yeah, 14 immediate.
Yeah, 14 immediate, but with like 83 within the next 10 years.
Just one, so you think by reducing these apartment sizes, that'll make it a little, perhaps a little...
The apartment sizes were almost 50% or triple what most of them around us were.
Okay. Well, one last question along the lines of that.
Sure.
You probably saw that I stumbled on that the church that owns 277 Lincoln Boulevard has these plans or stated plans that they'd like to put some type of religious facility over there, if they ever got the money together. My one question is, if they were ever to do that, I know we're miles away from that ever happening, would that take that property off the tax rolls if they put some type of religious facility there?
If it qualified as a church, I would say yes. I mean, it would have to be rezoned. I mean, there's a whole...
Right, I know all that, but I'm just saying, generally... you put
In
it
theory,
on the
yes.
property, right? Yeah. Okay, all right, thanks.
Anybody else? Good.
Lived in this town 40 years.
Your name?
Name and address.
Michael Domino, 109 Greenlawn Ave, Middlesex,
Okay.
right across from Pathmark. So I was talking to a couple guys. There was one guy last year recommended I come here. My neighbor, I got pictures here for everybody. I called the zoning place maybe like a month or something ago. Kept getting voicemail, couldn't leave a message full. So I was busy, got 3 kids, work, everything like that. So I get this guy's house cleaned up. Tried to at least call last year. Tyler took a while getting things done. Maybe 2 months before it got cleaned up. But the whole time I've lived in this house, maybe the last 7 or 8 years, guys never cleaned up his bathroom outside all day, every day, grilling for the kids, playing outside. When it rains, it smells. When wind blows, it smells like wet outside, nasty. It's got something to do about it. So.
And you're at 109?
Yeah.
And which house is this?
113. Can I give you guys?
Do you want to leave those? Yeah.
Yeah. I got one for everybody.
113 Green Lawn. And basically you want it checked out.
Yeah.
There's garbage
outside the front of his house.
We got a new code enforcer, so.
You don't even see the sun, unfortunately. What's going on? How you doing, Rob? Yeah, it's the house, the left one, the brick, looking at the street.
So the right side of you.
Yeah.
Got it. I see where you're going.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Yeah.
Been like that for how long?
There's mold, all over the roof, which is that's not bad, really protect me, but all the neighbors want to clean up, and,
Well, the code is pretty specific about this.
I'm happy to hear you guys got someone new.
Pardon me?
Happy to hear you guys got somebody new.
Yeah.
Timing's good.
Timing is...
Talked to Jeremiah a couple days ago.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, Jeremiah, and kind of just talking to the breeze, and kind of steered me in the right direction.
Well, you're here. So, and Michael's right there, and we got the pictures right here. So I would imagine that it'll... Oh, you know what? You gave me your name, but you rattled it off quick. What was it?
Michael Dimino, D-I-M-I-N-O.
D-I-M?
I-N-O.
All right. How about a phone?
908-405-2606.
You know what? Give us a few days to check it out. Someone will give you a call.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. All right, anybody else? Nothing? You guys are sitting there in the back? Okay. All right, motion to close.
Motion.
Second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so,
Kelsey, take a big breath.
Kelsey, big breath, you're up.
Resolution 214-2025, acceptance of standing reports. Resolution 215-2025, Middlesex County Board of Taxation judgment on 2025 appeals. 216-2025, accepting and adopting the Central Jersey Municipal Joint Insurance Fund 2025 Incentive Program. Resolution 217-2025, renewal of junkyard licenses for 2025-2026 for the Borough of Middlesex. Resolution 218-2025, authorizing the tax collector to issue a tax title lien redemption for Block 239, Lot 33. Resolution 219-2025, approving the mayor to execute the MCUA temporary discharge approval application from the pumping services site to the MCUA central treatment plant via the borough's wastewater collection system and MCUA Middlesex meter chamber effective August 1st, 2025 through July 31st, 2026. Resolution 220-2025, authorizing the tax collector to refund a 2024 sewer payment to Block 126, Lot 7.01. Resolution 221-2025, canceling off 2026 taxes for Block 110, Lot 4. Resolution 222-2025, acknowledging the change in status for certain properties under the veteran tax deductions for Block 14, Lot 12. Resolution 223-2025, authorizing the tax collector to waive 3rd and 4th 2025 and 1st and 2nd 2026 taxes for Block 12, Lot 3. Resolution 224-2025, 2025 sewer billing waived appeals. Resolution 225-2025, authorizing the tax collector to waive 3rd and 4th 2025 and 1st and 2nd 2026 taxes for Block 47, Lot 8.01. Resolution 226-2025, appointing Mayensi Racinos as the Shade Tree Secretary with a stipend of $2,745 effective September 2nd, 2025. Resolution 227-2025, authorizing the tax collector to waive 3rd and 4th 2025 and 1st and 2nd 2026 taxes for Block 16703, Lot 12. Resolution 228-2025, approving the memorandum of agreement reached with the USWU Local 225. Resolution 229-2025, permitting the consumption of alcoholic beverages for the Middlesex Fire Department's food truck event to be held at Mountain View Park on Saturday, September 20th, 2025, between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Resolution 230-2025, hiring David McHales as a school crossing guard effective immediately. Resolution 231-2025, special items of revenue and appropriation, drive sober or get pulled over grant. Resolution 232-2025, special items of revenue and appropriation, NJDEP Green Acres Grant Program. Resolution 233-2025, special items of revenue and appropriation, Municipal Court Alcohol Education, Rehabilitation and Enforcement Fund. Resolution 234-2025, hiring of Matthew Dillingham of Plainfield, New Jersey as the full-time Director of Zoning and Code Enforcement at an annual salary of $80,000 effective September 2nd, 2025. Resolution 235-2025, hiring of Jennifer Mercedes of Plainfield, New Jersey as the qualified purchasing agent for the Borough of Middlesex at an annual stipend of $6,000 effective September 2nd, 2025. Resolution 236-2025, authorizing an increase in the bid threshold pursuant to NJSA 40A:11-3. Resolution 237-2025, accepting Linda Chismar's retirement effective September 1, 2025. Resolution 238-2025, approving the proposal from Suburban Consulting Engineers in an amount not to exceed $15,700 for professional engineering consulting services for the Green Acres Preliminary Assessment Report. Resolution 239-2025, hiring of Juliana Lopez of Middlesex, New Jersey as the playgroup coordinator for the Recreation Department at an hourly rate of $20, effective August 25th, 2025, pending a satisfactory physical and background check. Resolution 240-2025, authorizing the release of developer escrow inspection fees, balances, and/or performance and safety bond balances.
Okay. Got it all out there. Very good. But anyway, does anyone need to pull any of these?
No.
No? All right. Very good. I'd like a motion to approve these.
With your changes.
Oh, as amended with the changes to Resolution 214 and, hang on. want to come apart. 214 and 224. The typo and the additional for the fire department. All right, so do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second. All right, discussion. All right, we're good. Roll call, please.
Council President Conahan.
Yes.
Councilman DeSenza.
Yes.
Councilman Justino.
Yes.
Councilman Doty.
Yes.
Councilman Griggs.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the non-consent agenda.
Resolution 241, 2025, pay all claims.
Motion.
Second. All right, roll call, please.
Council President Conahan.
Yes.
Councilman DeSenza.
Yes.
Councilman Justino.
Yes.
Councilman Doty.
Yes.
Councilman Griggs.
Yes.
Okay, we had no workshop item here tonight. We have a resolution to go into executive session.
Resolution 242, 2025, executive session.
Motion. Second. Roll call.
Council President Conahan.
Yes.
Councilman DeSenza.
Yes.
Councilman Justino.
Yes.
Councilman Doty.
Yes.
Councilman Griggs.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to stop for 5 minutes. Is there any action to be taken?
Not on my two items.
I don't think so. No, I don't think there's no action to be taken. At this point, our next regular